风吹那大雪天呐，采呀嘛采头兵。
Harbin is a majestic city that stands firmly in the northeast of China with natural beauty frozen in the embrace of winter. With the nickname of the City of Ice, Harbin is known as one of the 10 coldest cities in the world. From December to February, the temperature of Harbin city can drop between -25 to -40 degrees Celsius, making the city one of the most extreme places inhabited by humans. The cold Siberian winds that cross the Heilongjiang mainland bring freezing winters, but also create stunning landscapes. One of the main attractions of Harbin city is the International Snow Festival. The city's most famous annual event and one of the largest ice and snow festivals in the world. Starting in December, the festival presents magnificent palaces, sculptures and pavilions completely made of ice and snow created by artists from all over the world. The creation of giant statues and palaces in this festival is a complex process and requires high skill. Therefore, there are hundreds of artists and workers involved in this process using special equipment such as saws, chisels, and shovels. Blocks of ice were taken from the frozen Songhua River, while artificial snow was also used to create finer details. In addition to stunning winter wonders, Harbin is also known for its unique cultural richness. Harbin is a unique entity, a symphony of cultures created by the harmonious fusion of East and West. Prominent Russian influence permeated not only in the field of architecture, but also on the language, culinary, and even on the soul of the people. It all began in 1896, when the Russian Empire under Tsar Nicholas II received a concession from the Qing dynasty to build the Chinese Eastern Railway, an extension of the Trans-Siberian Railway. Its purpose was to shorten the Trans-Siberian route to Vladivostok through the territory of Manchuria, while strengthening Russian influence in the region. Harbin, then still a small village, was chosen as the administrative center and the construction of the railway line. In 1898, construction began, and along with it the construction of the modern city of Harbin began. Thousands of workers and engineers from Russia were brought in to build railway infrastructure, stations, bridges, and other important buildings. This development brought a wave of Russian immigrants to the city of Harbin. In addition to workers and engineers, many merchants, businessmen, and professionals came to seek their fortune in this rapidly growing city. Architects from Russia designed magnificent buildings in the European style, churches of Orthodox churches, as well as various luxury villas. Harbin quickly turned into a cosmopolitan city with architecture dominated by the Russian style and was nicknamed the Moscow of the East or the Paris of the East. In addition to Russians, Harbin also attracted immigrants from various other countries, including Jews, Poles, Germans, Japanese, and Koreans. The Jewish community in Harbin, for example, is growing rapidly and is one of the largest in Asia. They built synagogues, schools, and other community institutions. This diversity makes Harbin a unique multicultural city where different cultures and religions coexist. Harbin city trips don't always go smoothly. After the Russo-Japanese War between 1904 and 1905, Japan had an increasingly strong influence in Manchuria. In 1931, Japan invaded Manchuria and established a puppet state called Manchukuo. Harbin became part of Manchukuo and experienced difficult times under Japanese occupation. One of the darkest chapters in Harbin's history occurred during this period, where in the Pingfang district, the Imperial Japanese Army established Unit 731, a secret unit that conducted horrific biological and chemical experiments on humans. At that time, thousands of prisoners of war and civilians, mainly Chinese, Russians, Koreans, and Mongolians, fell victim to the atrocities of Unit 731. They are used as guinea pigs to develop biological weapons, tested for deadly diseases and subjected to other inhumane experiments. The existence of Unit 731 and its crimes were only revealed after Japan's defeat in World War II. In 1945, the USSR declared war on Japan and liberated Harbin. After the war, Harbin became an important center in the Chinese Civil War between the Communist Party of China and the Kuomintang. In 1946, Harbin became the first major city controlled by the Communist Party of China. After the establishment of the People's Republic of China in 1949, Harbin experienced rapid development as a center of heavy industry. In 1954, Harbin officially became the capital of Heilongjiang province. Today, Harbin is a dynamic modern metropolis with a population of more than 10 million inhabitants. The city is an important center of industry, trade, education, and tourism in China. However, in the midst of its sparkling modernity, Harbin retains its historical heritage. The historical buildings of the Russian and Japanese eras still stand firmly, becoming silent witnesses of the city's long journey. One of the most striking aspects of Harbin's culture is its architecture. The streets of the city of Harbin are filled with buildings in the European style, especially Russian architecture is characteristic of this city. Orthodox churches with iconic onion domes, and administrative buildings with neoclassical architecture all give it a distinctly European feel. Harbin's most famous architectural icon is St. Sophia Cathedral, a Byzantine-style Russian Orthodox church built in 1907. With its green cupola and magnificent red brick walls, the cathedral is a Harbin city landmark and bears silent witness to the presence of a large Russian community in Harbin in the past. In addition, there is also Zhongyang Street, or better known as Central Street, a 1.4 kilometers long pedestrian street that is the commercial and cultural heart of Harbin city. The street is lined with European-style buildings of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, most of which were designed by Russian architects. Walking along Central Street is like being in the streets of an old European city. Russian influence was not only limited to architecture and infrastructure, but also seeped into the everyday life of Harbin residents. Russian became the main language in commerce and administration, and many local Chinese began to learn Russian in order to interact with the Russian community. Russian-language newspapers, magazines, and books were published in the city of Harbin, and the education system established by Russia also began to develop. Harbin's Russian influence also permeates its culinary scene, creating a unique blend of flavors. Harbin cuisine is a harmonious blend of Chinese and Russian culinary traditions with a touch of influences from neighboring countries such as Korea and Mongolia. Some classic Russian dishes have been adopted and adapted into an integral part of Harbin's culinary scene. These dishes are often modified with local spices and ingredients to create distinctive flavors. In addition to specific dishes, Russian influence is also evident in the cooking techniques used in Harbin city. Techniques such as smoking, pickling, and fermentation commonly used in Russian cuisine are also widely applied in Harbin cuisine. The majority of Harbin's population is not religious or adheres to traditional Chinese beliefs such as Taoism, Confucianism, and Buddhism. But because of its multicultural history, Harbin also has Christian communities, especially Russian Orthodox, Muslims, and Jews, although the number is not as large as it used to be. The presence of churches, mosques, and synagogues in Harbin city is a testament to the religious diversity in this fascinating city.